WMEX, playing the greatest hits of all time. You're in the halls of justice. And we're going to go now to big number 60 of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Randy Grimes, who is on the Super Bowl Radio Row. Good morning, Randy. Man, it's early out there.
It is. I'm not used to all this. This is coming at me way too soon.
Yeah. Big number 60, center for TV at Tampa Bay from, 83 to 92? Man, that's quite a run.
Yeah, 5 head coaches, 6 different offensive line coaches, 10 different quarterbacks, and my best year was 6-10.
Wow. Holy moly. Who was the best quarterback that you worked with?
Oh, man, I had some great ones. Of course, Steve Young came through there for a year. We had a great time with him, such a great athlete. Steve DeBerg, never had a funner time in the huddle than with that guy, and he was a playmaker. And then, of course, Benny.
Yep.
The talent that Benny had was just incredible.
Yeah. They had some great quarterbacks to go through there during that time.
Oh, yeah, the throwing Samoan. You remember Jack Thompson?
Oh,
Jerry
man.
Goldstein.
Oh, yeah, the throwing Samoan.
Bob Juco. Yeah, we had a lot of great quarterbacks that came through here.
Yeah. Hey,
of course, I didn't get to play with Doug. I was with him for a rookie mini camp, but he left for Washington right after that.
Yeah. Now you are covering the Super Bowl for us here at WMEX. You are on Radio Row. Where did the NFL set up Radio Row?
Radio Row and the Media Center is all set up at the Convention Center downtown Los Angeles.
Okay.
So it's right here in the heart of downtown. It's not anywhere near the stadium. And the NFL's pretty good about getting everything together and separated and making it as convenient as possible for everybody.
Oh, that's cool. And now, does the NFL arrange for some of the players to come over and chat with you?
That is more of, the active players, yes. But, it's usually with the former players that you get to see most of the time. A lot of the active players will come in usually Thursday evening, Friday. Those are big days on Radio Row for not only the active players but also celebrities. So it's a good opportunity to see a lot of people if you don't mind sitting around all week.
Yeah, well, you get to see some great people, man, some great football players.
That's right. Yeah. I get to say this is my 13th consecutive year doing it, so it's kind of like a reunion every year that we have here.
Yeah, well,
so it's a great opportunity to see a lot of guys that I played with and the guys that I played against.
This is the second year, Randy, with us here at WMEX, and we're really happy that you were, willing to get up so early in the morning and come on the radio. I'm sure it's a little bit early out there, and it's also probably too early in the week to have any really good stories. But is there anything going on that we should know about?
Well, I always look forward to the Coach Ditka party. That's Thursday night. That's always a huge event. And, of course, our Legends party is Friday night. So, I'm here to see people. I'm here to share my story and the release of my book off center, but I'm also here for the parties and the social activities. So, I look forward to this week every year. And, it's just a big week. There's no way to replicate this anywhere.
Well, we really appreciate you taking your time. I have a couple of personal questions for you. How long have you been sober?
Coming up on 13 years, September 22nd of 2009. So I'm right just a little over 12 and a half now.
Yeah, well, that's cool. Congratulations. And
thank you very much.
You're going to be on our talk show with Uncle Tony coming up very shortly. It'll be, I think, we'll tape it and play it back on Thursday night. But we do a show every Thursday night, and it's called The Courage to Hope. Courage to Hope. And it's all about...
I was told about that last night. It's supposed to be a great program. It's like an hour long, too, right?
Yeah, it's an hour-long talk. So if we're going to arrange to tape it, because I know you're going to be busy Thursday night, and you'll be the guest on Uncle Tony on Thursday night talking about your sobriety and what you went through to get sober. What was the awakening moment for you, Randy?
Oh, man, it seems like every bottom I hit had a trap door, and I would always go lower. But it seems like the perfect storm was coming together in the spring and summer of 2009. A good friend that I played with in Tampa, Tom McHale, passed away doing the exact same thing I was doing, and that was self-medicating the injuries he got while he played with the Bucks. My daughter wouldn't let me come around my first grandchild because I wasn't fit to be around him. My wife had just about... Well, she felt like she was loving me to death, and she just couldn't do it anymore. I had a series of seizures, so there was a lot of health concerns there. So that was the perfect storm that finally made me put my hand up and ask for help, and that was, like I said, September 22nd, 2009. And she was willing to make one more phone call for me, and whoever she talked to that day at the league office. Back then, there was no resources available for former NFL players.
Whoa.
But whoever she talked to that day and at the NFL office knew somebody who knew somebody who knew somebody, and that's how I got to that treatment center in West Palm Beach.
Oh, well, that's great. Congratulations. I know it's a fight every day. And did you become addicted through the painkillers that you were receiving in the NFL?
Absolutely. And, I looked at it like a necessary evil. I didn't look at it for what it really was, which was a full-blown addiction. I was getting it from team doctors and team trainers, so it must be okay. I was getting it from teammates, so it must be the culture of the league. We had an open drug safe in our training room, so if you didn't get it from a doctor or a trainer, you can go get it yourself. But that was just the mentality back in the early 80s and all through the 80s and early 90s. And you do whatever you have to stay out on that field, because if you're not in your position, somebody else was going to be.
Oh, yeah.
And I was not going to let that happen.
Yeah, exactly. Well, what is the name of your organization, Randy, and how can somebody who really is in need, how can they contact you and get help?
Well, and this is a disease that affects everybody, and not just former professional athletes. And my organization is proathletesinrecovery.org, and the program is set up at White Sands Treatment Center right here in Tampa, Florida. And it's you can get in touch with me just by going to proathletesinrecovery.org or randygrimespeaks.com. Or find me at White Sands Treatment Center there in Tampa.
Okay. Do you go there often?
I do. Yeah, I spend a lot of time there.
And do you talk to...
I spend a lot of time there. I work with former professional athletes, but I also work with everybody. My wife works with families. We're just this. It's kind of crazy. It's almost like God let me survive so many different things. It was almost like I feel like He was preparing me to do the work that I do now, and preparing her to do the work that she does now, Lydia. So I'm just grateful that this is a way for me to stay connected to a game that I love so much, but also to give back to the game that I love so much through this.
Yeah, and it's not just for athletes in recovery. This is for anybody who needs help. Anybody,
and this affects everybody.
Yeah.
Every time I speak and I ask people to raise their hands if they've been affected by addiction in any way, every hand goes up. This is for everybody, and the stigma that surrounds being addicted or having a substance abuse issue, the guilt, the shame, that's what I'm trying to tear down. I'm trying to tear down those things that keep people from raising their hand and asking for help, because this does happen to good people.
It sure does. It sure does. Well, Randy Grimes, Tampa Bay, big number 60. Man, we really appreciate you coming on today. Maybe we can grab you again toward the the end of the week and kind of get an update of what's going on out there.
Absolutely. And, hey, let me mention my book is released today, Off Center.
Whoa.
So go on Amazon, get you a book, and I poured my heart out in there, 234 pages of me pouring out my heart. So Off Center, the book, and it's being released today. It's the big launch day.
Oh, is that on Amazon?
It is. It is.
Cool. All right, I got to get a copy of that. Off Center by Randy Grimes.
The foreword was by Coach Ditka, so I'm really grateful for him. He's been a huge advocate, not only for me, but a former player. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Oh, well, thank you so very much. And I do want to thank you also for all of the great work that you're doing in recovery for addiction. So, and we look forward to hearing you with Uncle Tony this coming Thursday night at 6 o'clock on WMEX. Randy?
Yeah, I look forward to that, too. Thank you.
Thank you, brother. And you just have yourself a good week. Have some fun out there.
Absolutely. Thanks for the call. Thanks for the opportunity.
You're welcome. Bye-bye now. Talk to you later in the week.